Hey guys, Status here and welcome back to a new Dragon City video. So it's been a while since I uploaded, but I was waiting for the release of High Void Eternal to make a heroic VIP tier list. So how am I going to go about it? How am I going to do it? So I've decided that I'm going to rate them on 4 different categories, and then out of 5 stars in these 4 different categories, and then sum them up and divide them by 4, and that will be their rating. And then I'm gonna use that rate to put them in a tier list. So the first thing is survivability. What is survivability? It's the dragon's ability to stay alive in the fight longer. So any sort of healing or fang, anything like that will bring their survivability up. How long can they stay in the fight by themselves? Second is offense. Offense is their ability to deal damage. Do they have a damage dealing skill? Their damage values. That's what offense is. Their damage number. How much damage can they deal when they're alive? The third one is support. How can they support their team? Do they have any ability that supports their team? Healing and revives and stuff like that. That's what support is. And impact is their potential. What can they do while they're alive? How impactful are they in a fight? And there's sort of a maximum value, like if you play him correctly, what can he do? And last one is of course overall. We're gonna divide all of those by 4, and we're gonna have our overall rating. So the very first heroic VIP that was released is Occult type. His skill is called Titan Shield, which grants 100% protection against the first attack. So for his survivability, I decided to give him 2 stars. Nothing more, nothing less. I guess a shield is not bad, but it's easily counterable nowadays. There's a lot of area of effect damage, like envious or like ascended, stuff like that. There's a lot of area of effect damage that can deal with the shield, and there's a lot of multi-hit attacks that also counter the shield. So the shields are heavily counterable, but still they are a tool that reduces damage, so I'll give him 2 stars on survivability. When it comes to offense, he doesn't have any sort of extra skill to him, so I'll give him 1 star. Same thing for support. He does not have anything to give to the team, so that's 1 star. For his impact, if you play him correctly, you should be able to grant yourself a quote-unquote extra turn, so that is definitely not the worst. I'll give him 2 stars on impacts. Overall, he is a 1.5 stars, which puts him in the C tier. Next, one that was released is High Voodoo Vampire. So High Voodoo Vampire skill is called, he has 2 skills. He has Leash Fang, which steals life points from the opponent, and he has Voodoo Vortex, which uses either the Prideful, Sinful, or Blood God Vampire skill. If you want to see these skills of vampires, I have a video talking about all the vampire skills, so you can go check that one out to understand what these skills are. Now for his rating, I decided to give him 3.5 stars for survivability. Leash Fang is a really powerful tool, especially when it deals critical damage. You can have double healing, and it allows the dragon to stay longer and be a very annoying dragon if you know how to use his Leash Fang correctly. He's very dangerous. Plus, his Voodoo Vortex does have an extra turn on it, which can be devastating if used correctly. Plus, he also has Blood God skill, which allows him to heal himself and his team. So his survivability is pretty high for 3.5 stars. For his offense, I decided to give him 3 stars. His Leash Fang's base damage is high, so he deals good damage. Plus he has Prideful skill, plus and Sinful also counts as offense, but Prideful skill deals very good damage, so 3 stars. is pretty good for offense. Now for support, I didn't give him 1 star because the occasional blood eclipse happens, so because it's random I decided to give him 1.5 stars. For his impact, if you use him correctly, if you know how to use his leash fang to get in and out of fights and gain HP, and using his voodoo vortex correctly to sort of account for anything that may come sort of randomly, so you must use it in a way where all 3 skills will give you value. So it's still random though, so I decided to give him 3 stars on impact. Overall, he is a 3-star dragon, which puts him in the B tier. Next up is High Corrupted Time. Now High Corrupted Time has 3 skills. His first one, which is a passive Titan Shield, 100% protection against the first attack, like Occult. His second skill is Corrupted Fang, which steals life from the opponents. However, it's different from Leash Fang because Leash Fang steals 100% of the damage. Corrupted Fang steals only 75%. And his third skill, Last Breath, which is either Hexed, Sinful, or Envy's Vampire skills. So for his survivability, I decided to give him 5 stars. This is a menace. He has a shield that takes damage for him. He has a fang that can suck life off the opponent. He has 2 ways to stay alive, and this guy can stay alive for long if you know how to balance out his abilities. Shield is counterable, yes, but in conjunction with that Corrupted Fang, it can keep him alive for too long. Sometimes he's too annoying. For his offense, I decided to give him 4 stars. He has Sinfuls, Extra Turn, and Hexed, and Envious. Envious is a little bad, but Hexed and Sinful skills, which are Hexagony and Asphyxia, are pretty darn dangerous and they can deal damage. Also, I forgot to say, Asphyxia does add to his survivability, so that is why he's at 5. And his damage is pretty high. His damage is pretty high on the Corrupted Fang, so this is why I give him 4 star on offense. For his support, I give him 1 star. He doesn't do anything for the team. For his impact, I decided to give him 4 stars. This guy can do a lot if used correctly. If you know how to balance out his shield and his health and his damage, and sort of abuse the fact that he has a lot of survivability, you can really shine with him. So overall, he has 3.5 stars, and that will put him in the A tier. Next up is High Master Karma. So High Master Karma has 3 skills. His passive is Vengeful, which randomly absorbs enemy attack and then deals double the damage, just like all the other karmas. It is random, but for this guide I decided to sort of account for the randomness, so we'll just say that it's 20% of the time, which is what it's supposed to be. But active skills, he has Karma Yin, which deals damage to all opponents, very good tool against shields, and Karma Yang, which heals all allies somewhat, which is slightly useless but sometimes can find use. So for his survivability, I decided to give him 3.5 stars. When he's by himself, using Karma Yang is not a bad idea, especially if the enemy can't crit you, because it gives you an extra hit to absorb, and taking 0 damage is like having rechargeable shields, so that gives him a lot of survivability. It's pretty dangerous. For his offense, again, from time to time dealing double the damage, or sometimes dealing ×4 if you already can crit the dragon, can just melt through high health opponents, especially double boosted dragons. So yeah, his offense is not the worst if he gets some absorbs. So 1 out of 5 absorbs. If we say he gets 1 out of 5 absorbs, he will be a nuisance to your opponents. For his supports, I gave him 2 stars. For his Karma Yang, you may be wondering, why did you give him 2 stars when you gave Voodoo 1.5? Well, the reason I gave Voodoo 1.5 is because it's random. This one is not. Even though it's worse, but it's not random, so you can decide when you want to heal. only 2 stars. It's nothing insane. For his impact, I give him 5 stars. When this dragon is used correctly, and you know how to sort of, when he get absorbed, hide him in the back and use his vengeful damage correctly, this guy can beat all dragons by himself. Like, it happened to me many times. I use my master karma and then I kill everybody just because I get an extra absorb that I didn't account for. This guy is dangerous and slightly OP, but sometimes he does nothing, so that is why I counted for 1 out of 5. He sometimes truly devastates, but I accounted for the luck though, so 1 out of 5 is pretty strong. So his overall rating is 3.5 stars, so that puts High Master Karma in the A tier. Pretty solid dragon. Next is High Ascended Supreme. His skills are Divine Sacrifice, which damages all opponents and heals all allies, but the user is hurt. And his second skill, Divine Intervention, deals any remaining damage to another opponent, which is basically spell damage. So for his survivability, 1 star. He deals damage to himself. He can't heal himself, 1 star. He's pretty easy to kill. His offense is 4 stars. Divine Sacrifice and Divine Intervention in the same dragon can be stupid, because you can use Divine Sacrifice, put a dragon to low age, or kill a dragon with the Phoenix perk, and then again use Divine Intervention to kill him and do spell damage plus the AoE. This guy can deal damage all day. For his support, I decided to give him 4 stars because this dragon has the best team heal in the game. It's insane. It just brings back lots of damage, especially if you're playing against a heavy AoE build, like say you're playing against the High Master Karma and Envious and the Norn or something. So his support is really good. He can counter a lot of area effect damage. His impact, 3 stars. The reason I give him higher than 3 because he dies easily, unless you have a good Norn or another Divine Sacrifice dragon. He can die really easily. So, but still, he does a lot while he's alive, so this is why he gets 3 stars. So overall, he does get 3 stars, which put him at the B tier. The next dragon is High Redemption Norn. So he has the Reincarnation skill, which upon knockout, a defeated allies will be revived or healed, and No Remorse, which damages all opponents but the user is hurt. So for his survivability, same thing with High Ascended Supreme, 1 star. He can't keep himself alive and he does damage to himself. His offense is 5 stars. No Remorse is stupid. That's all I'm gonna say, especially when it does critical damage. It just melts. It's so tough. Unless you have a very good Divine Sacrifice on your team, you're gonna get hurt a lot. So definitely a very dangerous damage dealer. His support is 5 stars. He has the best heal in the game, hands down. 80% of a dragon's health just out of nowhere. He dies, boom, 80%. It's like having an extra dragon on your team. His heal is crazy stupid, and in my eyes, this is the only ability in the game that is not the only, but like the most deserving for a nerf. I think it should be 50 for him at least. The other category 9s, it worked because they are only a category 9 with no skills, but this guy needs a nerf to this skill. It's stupid. This is why he gets 5 stars. For his impact, 4 stars. This dragon basically deals damage and gives you an extra dragon. I was gonna give him 5, but if he didn't die so quickly, he would have been an easy 5. So for his overall rating, he gets 3.75 stars, which put him in the S tier. Next dragon is High Void Eternal, which was just released. His skill is Fatality. Fatality. When your opponent's health is low, an extra turn is given to knock them out. it's pretty honestly. So for his survivability 1 star, he has nothing. His offense, I give him 2 stars for his fatality skill. His support 1 star, does nothing. Impact 2 stars because true, sometimes fatality can be clutch. His overall rating is 1.5 stars, which puts him with the occult at C tier. Now his skills, now see, the thing with skins, I didn't talk about skins for all the other ones because all they do is increase damage and increase and decrease cooldowns and make the skills better. But this guy has 2 skins that change him. Really, I hope they don't do this again. Like, they put a dragon that's so bad and then they put all of his good stuff in the skins. I don't like that. I like having a strong dragons with the skin, like Ascended and Norn, but I don't like this weak dragon with and put all of his stuff in his skin. That's not good. I hope they don't do it with any more, because that is just bad. If you don't have the dragon with the skin, he's useless, honestly. But he's the only one I will talk about skins because they are the only skins that just don't make him better, they change them. So we're gonna talk about that. Of course they make him better, but in a sort of different way. They don't just boost the numbers, they actually provide new things to our skin. So for his with the skins, for his survivability is 3 stars because by the way, I'm talking about both the skins. So the first skin, which is the skin you get from the elite pass, it grants it makes his skill trigger, instead of 15% triggers at 25%, which is huge. It's so good. And for his other skin, which is in the collection, it grants him an extra turn. I have never seen it being used. I don't know how it works, but it just gives an extra turn. That's all it says, and nobody has it yet, so we'll just assume it's an attack that gives an extra turn. If so, for survivability 3 stars, an extra turn here and there, an extra turn from his skill. He gets a lot of extra turns, so you know he takes less damage than he should. For his offense, 3 stars, an extra turn plus fatality being at 25% is crazy, so 3 stars for that. For his support, 1 star, he doesn't have anything to do, and impact is actually 4 stars because, like, a dragon is 50, right? You hit him with the extra turn, he's at no, a dragon is at 100, right? You damage him, he damages you. You hit him with the extra turn skill, right? And then you hit him again, fatality triggers, you kill him. See what I'm saying? It's with the extra turn and the 25%, it can provide a chain sort of effect, which just pop, pop, dragon is dead again, pop, pop, dragon is dead, which can be pretty strong. So 4 stars for his impact, and his overall is 2.5. So with his skins, he is still at the B tier. He's still at the B tier. So yeah, Void Eternal is a little fail. I don't know, like, unless you want to use him for elements, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, so that's what's up. I'm sorry it took me so long to get this video out. I was waiting for High Void Eternal to get out and let him marinate for a little bit so I can make a video. Now, again, as I always say, this is my opinion, and I am not the best player at this game, but I know enough to be able to give out a simple guide for dragons. Again, let me know what y'all think about this from the comments so I can use that for the next guide. I may redo the vampire guide a little bit because I did miss some ratings here and there, but maybe I won't, I don't know. Anyways, let me know what y'all think in the comments, and when the next heroic VIP comes out, I'll just I'll make a video for him and add them to the tier list. So we'll keep building this tier list as time goes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more stuff like this, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.